Set to go as they will match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set. 180. 152. I'm coming. 21. Fox twitch. Omaha, ready to move. Hey.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Ready. 280. Easy alert. Watch time. Tight end right. Bravo. Hey, we got 4 down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. They were looking for Johnson that time. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rivers. And he rifles one incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Come on. 51's the Mike.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Pass, there he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing Rivers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Rivers now throwing the out route and complete. That's Henry. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return, and the Lions will take over. So here come the Lions now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Stafford. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The old Cal Bear, Brandon Mebane, gets the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now Benjamin. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Caught left side, Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Rivers throws there, complete to Allen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 yards there. 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, Rivers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. It's 3rd down and 15.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing, Rivers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Badgley's kick is good. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll go option to the short side. C.J. Anderson of the game. He gets it here. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Stafford. Screenplay, Anderson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
What's the mic? Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. Check. 40 got.
Play action. Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Chargers' 37-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Running from the gun, Johnson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A timeout here as we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Hey. 58, right over there.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. And that is incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Stafford, a throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Now Gordon on 1st down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Wait, 89.
Here's Rivers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. So it's third and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack.
Hey, we got to get this stop here.
From the gun, Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll see. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Chargers on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Rivers to Benjamin. Good for the Charger first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go, defense.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
180. Black 15. 0.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Chargers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Rivers to throw it. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Hey, back, green 80. Block 11.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Rivers now from the 50. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they've had no room to breathe. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
180. 50's the mark. Man, let's get some penetration here.
First down, Rivers. And oh, what a catch there by Allen. A very solid gain of 27. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rivers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Deshaun Hand picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the gun, Rivers. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And this one is right down Broadway. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Easy. Choose the mic. And we got to get to the ball, team.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Stafford toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
31's the mic. Strip the ball. Strip that.
Throwing again. Stafford. He hits Jermaine Kearse. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And that is incomplete here. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
4 yards to go.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Nick Perry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Fielded at the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And some room to work. The 20. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. That one good for 37 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Anderson. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. On second down, Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
We got 4.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Rivers. He's got it to Williams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. He completes it to Henry. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Rivers. Wide open. It's Allen complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 11 yards there. 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ready! 180! 50, check my 50. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Rivers to throw. Throw to the right here to Gordon. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Now Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon.
That's it, baby.
Complete to Melvin Gordon. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Again, it's Rivers. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This from long, very long range. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now it's Stafford. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jerry Tillery in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford now to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now.
32.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Might want to remember that 3rd down play. 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Stafford on third down. And that will be incomplete. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified, so it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing Rivers. Able to get this to Gordon. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check 390, 380. 50, I got you. Flight 89.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Oh, nearly a victory if he could have held on, but at least it does lead to a 4th down. They sort of got a new lease on life there. If he picks that off, this ball game's over.
I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. My defensive backs coach at Tennessee, a lost opportunity is never regained. Used to drive him crazy when I dropped those potential interceptions, as that one was there.
4th down, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That, the definition of a do-or-die play, but they keep this overtime session going with a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air again here, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Rivers again. It's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked by Tracy Walker. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. But we thought this game